today. In our summer series, we're covering your social media or online presence. So, we're going to start by talking about, and as always, if you have questions, I do have the chat box open. I am watching your little microphones on the participant list. And you can just unmute yourself and be like, I got a question. Any of those methods are totally appropriate, or you can raise your little hand. It usually pops you to the top, so I'll see that as well. So whatever you want to do, you're welcome to do in order to get my attention and ask your question as we move through this. But let's talk about advertising guidelines first, because we think about this when it comes to like sending out postcards or putting flyers together, but all the time on social media, I'm seeing agents post things that are not in DRE compliance. Okay, so please keep in mind that all the rules that apply to something that you're going to send somebody in the mail, or all the rules that apply to your for sale sign or your business card, they all apply to things that you do online as well. So as a reminder, anything that could be considered a first point of contact, right? First point of contact needs to make sure it's got your name would probably be good. It needs to have your DRE license number on it. It needs to have Realty One Group Fox logo on it, or directed back to Realty One Group Fox. You need to identify your brokerage and have your DRE number on it. Okay, those are the two main requirements. Now, if you have a team name or a group name or a DBA of some sort, and you've got a logo, let's just go with, you've got a logo, okay? The Realty One Group Fox should be as prominent as the name of the team, group, or logo. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. And what do I mean by that? Does the Realty One Group Fox have to be the same size as the logo because my logo's got a name and a house on it? No, it doesn't have to be the same size, but the text on your logo and the text on the Realty One need to be basically the same size. Those are the rules from the DRE. Those are not my rules. So Realty One Group Fox logo, DRE number on there needs to be on everything. Okay, first point of contact, and anything on social media would be your first point of contact. Okay, and that goes for mailings and stuff too. So make sure that stuff's on your mailings, sending out golden letters. If you're like, Amy, what's that? That's probably a good training we should do. Sending stuff in the mail. You are working a booth at a holiday fair. You are working your farm. You're hosting an open house, whatever it might be. All those items should be on it. Now, where I see people get into trouble all the time often is they like co-brand with a lender. And for some reason on that co-branding, it's got their name, but oftentimes the lender creates that marketing and then they don't put the DRE number on there, or they're not putting the Realty One Group logo on there. It needs to be on there. So talk with your lenders, make sure that's on there. So just kind of be aware of that. It needs to be on your online presence as well. Now, if you're like, Amy, I don't even know where to find that, that's where we're going to start. So if you go to the One login, which you'll see on my screen, and you go to One branding. Now, this is under my frequents. If it's not under your frequents, if you just go to your apps over here, you'll find it there. So you just want to go down and find One. It should be alphabetical. One branding up here at the top. One branding, brand guidelines. You're going to click on that. It's going to open a new screen. If your screen isn't big enough, or you're trying to do this on your phone, it's not going to work. So like if I take my screen and shrink it down, it's like, oh, it's for the best optimized experience. Make your browser bigger. We make it bigger and voila, it magically appears. In the style guide down here in the bottom left-hand corner, that's where you can click on to find the styles. So if you want the colors and such, that's going to be in here. So if you were like on Canva, you could take this number here or this number here, this FFFFFF for white, and plug it into like the Canva color wheel, and it'll spit out this color. And the same thing with the gold. We copy and paste this, it'll spit it out. So there you can use the actual color that's in the logo on your advertising for whatever you're using. Sometimes they want the code, sometimes they have like a color mix, but here's where to find those colors. Okay. And then down here, it's got the fonts that they use. And you can just hit get font. It'll actually download the font to your computer. Magical. And you can actually use the fonts themselves that they've got. See, look at, and it talks about like how to utilize those. Oh, you think my screen is stuck? Okay, hold on. It's probably because I was having problems. Let me stop share and let me reshare. Maybe.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
think my whole Zoom is stuck.
all I see is a black screen.
Why does nobody tell me this? All right.
We were trying to.
Screen share. I can't figure out how to share my screen again. All right, desktop 1. Maybe. There we go. All right, can we see it now? It's loading, it says. There we go. Can we see it?
Yep. Yep. It
Fabulous.
says white, gold, black. Up. It just went up. Okay, yep.
It just went away. Hold on, let me get this toolbar. I found that I can move my toolbar to the other screen. But hold on, because now it's closed my chat because I had to stop the share. All right, there we got chat back and we want participants back. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Fabulous. So I went to my one login. Okay, we went to one branding, the brand guidelines right here, which kicked open this page. Again, so I can demonstrate it again. It only works at a certain size. If your screen's not the right size, you got to blow it up for it to work. And then to find this, where I opened up, I'm in styling guide in the bottom left-hand corner, which opens up this styling guide. And this is where here's your dots and here's like the codes that you need. So this gold code is pound C5A95E. If you took that and like plugged it into Canva or someplace else, it would magically select that color for you. Okay. So that's how to find the colors. If you scroll down a little further, it has the fonts that are in the logo and that are approved to use. Doesn't mean you're stuck with these fonts, just for the record. But if you want everything to be consistent on your marketing with like the Realty One logo, this is what you would do. And you can actually download those fonts from here. I don't know if regular Canva lets you. I use Canva for everything, but I know that like we have the little upgraded version because it allows us to save all of our brand stuff on there, which makes it really easy to flick between it. But you can actually like upload fonts into there, which is handy. So regular Canva may let you as well. I'm not sure. And then it's got a secondary richer linguistic support through widely expanded character sets and advanced layout features, right, to elevate the branding. So just some cool things that you can utilize. You can download the brush strokes so it looks and feels like, right? So it's got all sorts of things in that style guide that you can utilize on your social media posts and such, or on your marketing materials. The other thing that you'll find if you're like, Amy, where do I get the Realty One Fox logo? You're going to think it's going to be over here in logo usage. No, it's not. You have to come down here to affiliates. Okay, so for the actual logo, you're going to go affiliates.
Hey, Amy, how did you get there? Sorry.
Yes, so you go to your one login and then one branding. And then that will open up at this window once you go to one branding. Then under affiliates, you're going to put in FOX. Every time I say that, I feel like I'm on You've Got Mail. I don't know if anybody's seen that movie, but the little kid on there spells Fox, FOX. And anyways, there you go. There's your branding assets and logo kit. You're going to hit download logo kit. When you download that logo kit, it's going to do just that. It's going to download it into a zip file. We're going to open up that zip file. It's expanding. So remember, we plugged Fox in on the line. Hold on, we're going to go downloads. Just waiting for my computer to catch up with me. Oh, it's going to download it again. Fail. All right. So logo kit Fox. Here, if we want the PNG version. There's all of your logo kits. Hold on. It's angry at me now. Some point it'll open it. There we go. See, Realty One Group Fox. That's where you get your logos. They have different colors. So this is like white and gold. They have the black and gold. They have, I think they have like a full white one, a full black one. So you've got some options there for each one. So that's how you get to that one. Okay. So you go to affiliates, and then you go type in Fox and then hit download, and it'll download all of those for you. Okay. Any questions about that? There we go. Okay, different versions of it for you. Magical. Okay, so that's where you get the logo. That's where you get the brand. Stuff is inside that style guide. Now, let's go back to your online presence. Okay, because that's what the class is supposed to be about today. So it's always a good idea to come back over here to your Google and search yourself what pops up. Okay. Ultimately, you want to try to be consistent against all platforms. I'm going to show you where to set up. Like when you search me, I come up with a Google profile, a Google business account, right? So the easiest place to start is going to be Facebook. You probably want a Facebook business page. Now, I know that the verdict's questionable on this. And do you want one? Do you not want one? You probably want one, but don't create yourself a business page if you're not going to post content on it. Because here's the deal. When people search you, when you're lead generating and you're interacting with people who maybe don't know you very well, you're meeting cold leads, they're going to search you. That's what people do in this day and age. And so they're probably going to look for you on Facebook, on Google, on those other things. So you do want to have a presence there. You want it to be consistent. So you want it on there, and, you know, have some content. So at least, I would say at least minimum 3 times a week, post something on your business page. Abby does all my content. She does a much better job than I would at posting content. So she thinks fabulous things. Sometimes I'm actually scrolling through my feed. I'm like, oh, that's really funny. What's that? And I was like, oh, that's mine. Good job, Abby. So anyways, it doesn't have to be like, and it shouldn't be just your listings or just your open houses. Like you should post some creative things on there. And you can even think of a schedule. In fact, I will have Abby share with the video. Somehow I've got like a social media calendar that has like 30 days of posts for your business page. It just spells it out. So you just do it for 30 days and then you rinse and repeat the next month. It's got like post a meme, post a blog, post a, you know, something funny, post something encouraging, post like a house maintenance tip, right? So like just a few times a week, post something in there. In addition, I would do 3 times a week of like content, like actual content. And then if you're hosting an open house, you have a new listing, post that as well. And that's going to be bonus posts for your week so that you can share those items on there. Now, if you notice here on my social media page, I have Amy Pittard Realtor, BRE 0195010, right? So I went ahead and put my BRE. I could update it to DRE if the Facebook would let me. But either way, it's got my number on there. So at least that's taken care of. Okay. It also, like when you go into my about information, it says I'm a realtor with Realty One Group Fox. So that's one way to help cover your bases and make sure like your DRE number and stuff is on every single post, as well as see that like the logos are on my post as well, which covers me. So my DRE numbers here and Realty One Group Fox is there. So magical, right? Super simple. So to create a page, if you go to your regular account, see how long it takes me to, oh, let's just go regular Facebook. All right. So when you're on your regular Facebook account, this may take me a minute. I didn't practice this before we hopped on today. We're going to go to see more. No. Oh, let's see. Pages.
Amy, I had a
over
quick
here, it's got my pages.
question.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
hear me? Sorry, I have you on my
Yep.
So because I am part of a team and with the different DRE numbers and everything, that we have a team page, which is how we do our stuff. How would you advise, because at the top there you had you and your partner, right? So we have more than two. What advice would you give to put all of our DRE numbers and making sure things are streamlined so they are aware of how many are in our team or anything like that?
Yeah, so that always becomes funky when you've got a team, the main team. Ultimately, what should happen is on the team, it should be the DRE numbers of all the members of the team should be on there, I think is what DRE standards say. But like if it was, if the post was the team posting about Amanda's open house, then you could put your DRE number on there. And ultimately, another good way to do it as a team is have each of your members all on their team all have their own individual pages with their DRE numbers on there. And then in the post, you can actually tag the team members. So I wouldn't put it in the description necessarily like I have on mine, but you may want to put it like in the post created, and then you could put the DRE numbers, like hashtag all the DRE numbers, or if everybody had an individual page, like even though you're on a team, if you had a page, which I do recommend even on a team that you have your own page, just to help with the search. And as people are searching you, you're not going to come up under the team. And then your page could have your DRE number on it, so they could actually tag your page in the post. So there's lots of ways to work around that on the team aspect, but it is supposed to have, on team advertising, it's supposed to have the DRE numbers of the team members themselves. Did that answer your question?
It did. I just, I mean, I kind of already do that with the info at the bottom of individualized posts with the correct brokerage and name and DRE and our team name. I just wasn't sure if there was a way to put them all on our Facebook business.
There's not. You wouldn't really want your Facebook business name that long with like 5 DRE numbers on it. Not only that, but you can only change it a certain amount of time. So as you had people come and go, then trying to update it and get Facebook to allow you to update it becomes a headache. So I would think putting them at the bottom of the post as like hashtags or whatever. You can even like save them on your phone or on your notes or somewhere on your computer. And then that way you're just, every time you go to post it on there, you can copy and paste it on there and have it all. And you can, do the same thing with your hashtags. You can look up what the popular hashtags are and put all those on there as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So over here in this box at the top, no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was there. All right. So see this little box of squares in the upper right-hand side, it says menu. If you click on there, you've got create, and that's how you can go down and create a page. Okay, so if you want to create your own page, that's how you do it. Keep in mind too that what's really cool is when you have a page, you can't do this on your personal account, but on your business pages, you can schedule posts, which is kind of cool. So when you go in there to create posts, you can actually schedule them out. So you could go in like every Monday and schedule your post for the week, or you could go in like at the first of the month and schedule, your post for the whole month and have it ready to go and done. And that way it's all set and it can just roll and go with the punches. So super easy there. So I do recommend a Facebook page or a business page on social media, whatever social media platform you utilize. I do recommend you got to make sure that you are posting content on it that's relevant and helpful. So as people scroll down when they search you, they're like, oh, this is good information or whatever, right? So it's in there. And do make it consistent. Like when you look at my posts, a lot of them are very similar in color and style, which is helpful. So that's what you're really looking for there. And again, just make sure that DRE number and the it's connected back to the Realty One group. Okay, so social media page. The reason too is that it's your business page that allows you to boost posts. So if you're trying to get a listing out further than just your followers, your business page is what allows you to do that. It allows you to post ads or boost posts to different areas. So you've got some leadway there that you don't have with a personal page. So that's some of the reasons that you would want to have a business page on there. Any questions about social media? All right. So, well, I'm just closing up some windows so I know what I've covered. All right. The other place you can create an account, and you should create an account, is realtor.com. So if you go to accounts.move.com, that takes you to realtor.com for agents. You can also Google realtor.com agent login. It'll take you here, and you can create this one says welcome back, but because I signed in and signed out, but you can come down here, don't have an account, sign up. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. It's magical. And then that way you've got a profile on realtor.com. People can leave you reviews. We were just on social media. People can leave you reviews on your social media pages. They can leave you reviews on realtor.com. So if we create an account for realtor.com, it just gives us a presence there, because as we know, most people search for homes on Zillow and realtor.com. So this just gives you the ability to be able to do that. You can put in your heading. You can make sure you've got your contact information in here. We just come down here to improve your profile.
You were just
We're
frozen
gonna
for
come
like
down
30
here.
seconds.
That doesn't surprise me because my computer was also frozen for 30 seconds.
Okay.
So once you create an account, it should give you the ability, it should walk you through it. If it doesn't, you've got this link here that says improve your profile. That's how you're going to update your profile. And I apologize for my internet connection today. It is raining outside and cloudy and nasty. And that's what happens when you live in the middle of nowhere and there's weather. Sometimes it's not the best. So if we hit improve your profile, here's where you can change out your photos. You can put in your numbers, your contact email, your professional title, how much experience. It'll ask when your start date was, who do you work with, if you have any specialties, areas served, zip code served, website, right? If you have a video or a slogan or a bio, here's where you put in your brokerage name, your default colors can go in there. So you it's for marketing information. You can put in your, it may ask you when you create your account for your National Association of Realtor ID. Here you can link your MLS codes in there. So it's got all sorts of good stuff in here for you so that you show up. You can add a blog to your account. If you didn't learn how to do that in the SEO and keywords, it shows you how to, you can create blogs. So you can create them really easily that way. And then you can start adding blogs. So just some cool things to do there. Okay, to make sure that you show up on realtor.com. Any questions about that? No? Everybody's good? All right. Either everybody's
Yes, ma'am,
good or
we're
I'm
good.
frozen.
We're good.
Okay,
we're
good. I was like, either that or I'm still frozen and talking to myself. Either way, I'm good. Right. So realtor.com, find a realtor. When agents compete, you win. No, I just want to search an agent. It won't let me. Well, that's all right. anyways, so realtor.com. So remember, you can go to, let me log out. I'll tell you what that web URL is again.
Amy, I have a
Yep.
question.
Yep.
It's not related to this. So we can't create a CMA from when we're using the Metro.
You can
You know?
create a CMA from MetroList. You just can't do it in Cloud CMA.
Oh,
But there's a solid potential we might have access to Barry starting tomorrow.
yeah, I saw that.
Like I said, solid potential.
Yeah.
So you would just have to run a regular report out of MetroList right now to run a CMA.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Lame. All right. So again, it's accounts.move.com would be your agent login for realtor.com for professionals. Accounts.move.com. Okay. The other place you should have an online presence would be your Zillow.com. So if you go Zillow agent hub login, it'll take you here. This isn't giving me the option to, let's see, it gives me my, hold on, Zillow Premier Agent. May have to search again. Oh, here we go. Up here at the top, it's got my sign in because I already have a login. Or you've got your join button, or you can hit like get started. So you just hit sign in. So you can have a Zillow account, even not being on the Zillow team, which means you show up as an agent in their database. You would create either a new account or sign in. The cool thing about Zillow is that in your listings in the MLS, it'll automatically go in there and grab those from you. And then it will also grab, you can link any purchase transactions you had back to your account. So that's kind of cool. Hello, Amy. Let's see here. Inbox, sign out. Feel like I'm in the wrong spot. Let's see, that takes me to my inbox. No, all right, hold on. See if we can get to the right spot. Oh, there we go. Inbox took us to the right spot. All right, so I just clicked on inbox and that brings us over here more to our spots. And over here on the drop down next to my name should be where you can go in there and edit your profile, update your service areas, change your settings. And then here's your past sales. So add and view sales history. So this is really cool where we can find this. So we just hit past sales. Right. So, oh, pending confirmation, show on profile. So this is what will happen, right? So it linked this one in here for some reason. I don't know why it didn't grab this one automatically. You just click the actions and hit add sale. Bam. If there's one that's missing, most of the time it'll grab your listings from you, but it may not grab your buy transaction. So you can just hit add sale. You type in the address here. It's not going to pull up. That's right. You plug in the address and then it'll ask you whether you represent the buyer or the seller, what the close of escrow date was, what the sales price was, because it's got the data in our system already. So it's going to link it back to that. And then you can have all of your information in there for past sales. And then when somebody searches your name, so like if I go to Zillow.com and we go agent finder. And we plug in. So it's got, you can have reviews in here, right? And if I click on myself, it's got your sales in the last months and then your past sales show up here. So it's a really cool thing along with all of your reviews. And as we know, a lot of people use Zillow, so it's a good idea to have your information in there and make sure it's up to date. So you should be marking all these places down so that not only can you create a profile, but once a quarter, you should probably go in there and verify that the information is accurate. Okay, so that would just be in here. It's where you can edit your profile, past sales, service areas, settings. I'm going to sign out for just a question. So it's Zillow.com/user/account. Looks like maybe where we can get to the Premier Agent login. Let's try that. Hold on. No. Nope. No. Oh, from Zillow.com, you just click the Agent Hub up here at the top. So Agent Hub. That's what'll take you where you can sign in or create a new account. So Zillow.com and then Agent Hub. Okay, any questions about creating your profile on Zillow? Again, ideally, you want to make sure that your thumbnail, your image, your headshot is the same on all of these platforms. So when somebody searches you, it looks very consistent when they search your name. Okay, any questions about Zillow? All right, fabulous. You can create a Google business profile, right? So when we searched my name on Google, notice I've got a Google profile over here on the right-hand side. It's got directions, probably to the wrong street address, and it's got my phone number. People can leave you reviews on Google. It's got what you sell, you know, what you have to offer. You can link your profiles there, right? So it's got all that information. So that is under a Google business profile. So google.com/business. Google.com/business. Okay, and that's where you can create your Google business profile. Get discovered, Google search on maps and more, right? So you plug it in there, you're gonna plug in your name, like you plug in Adriana, you know, realtor, right? First name, last name, realtor. And then that way, or if you've got a business name, if you got a team name, you would plug that in there. Okay. I think it's under my old Google account, so I'm gonna have to update that. But that allows you to go in there and edit, and then you can send direct links out for your reviews. Okay, so google.com/business. You can verify your address. They'll send a postcard to the office to you that'll have a code on it, and then you put in that code and that'll verify your address. So there's lots of different things that you can do there to make sure that you show up. Okay, any questions about your Google profile? Everybody's so quiet today. All right, the other place you want to create a profile is going to be Yelp, right? People search for things all the time. So you want to go Yelp. It's business.yelp.com. Thank you, Ralph, for your thumbs up. At least I know I'm not frozen. So business.yelp.com. Here's where you can log in or create a user account. Again, people leave reviews on Yelp. People will search you on Yelp. People search for everything on Yelp. Oops. Apparently I can't type tonight. That's all right. Oh, I did. I updated it earlier today. Hold on. Use the old one. No, I still need to update all this. So, right. So again, my headshot should be changed. It should match Up here in the corner, it should match all the other headshots so that they're all consistent. Again, you should review this information quarterly to make sure everything's up to date. It's slowly loading. You can go into account settings to update your account information. You can do Yelp ads. I've never tried Yelp ads. Might be worth trying. Set up your profile is these 3 lines with this circle that's going around it, showing that my profile is not complete. So I need to come in here and update this. It's been a while, over a year. But set up Yelp, and then you can send people the link for Yelp to set up reviews as well. Your goal would be to get reviews on all of these different places from your clients, and the clients can leave reviews at more than one spot, which is kind of cool. So here you can add categories and services, business hours, specialties, service areas, photos. You can add all this information, your contact. So make sure that that's updated for your Yelp page, because then when people go to Yelp, and they search like realtor in Solano County, right? Oh, look at browsing Solano County businesses. Now I want realtor. See if it shows up under home services. Waiting patiently. My computer says it's working way too hard. I'm just waiting. Waiting.
Where's the Jeopardy music? Do, do, do.
I've tried to refrain from humming along with the computer as I'm waiting, because I have a tendency to do that. So, right, so here we've got like Tim Garton, Remax Gold Vallejo. It shows up first on like realtor for Solano County. It also did home searches. So I don't know why it won't search realtors, but they're in there. So you want yourself to come up, you want to come up with reviews, right? So you want to be stellar and fantastic there. So make sure you show up, make sure you ask for reviews. The other place that you can and should create a profile would be on Nextdoor, right? You can create your own profile on Nextdoor. So if you go to nextdoor.com, let's see here. Let's log it out. So mine's just nextdoor.com/login. So if you just go to nextdoor.com and you can create a business profile. So hold on just a second while we wait for it to catch up. See if I updated this one earlier too. So let's see. This one lets me in. All right, and I believe over here on the left-hand side, when it opens. There you go. There's Jeopardy. Oh, it keeps popping up and then taking it away. So rude. All right. Advertise your accounts, page. So you can create a business profile on Nextdoor. You can also add, like do ads in your neighborhood. So if you have a farm, this is a really good way to reach out to your farm. You can become the neighborhood expert by monitoring, same way as you would social media, right? We talk about social media, monitoring your social media, joining those like home search or creating a group for people of similar interests. Like I had a trail riding group for Solano County, right? And I was like the area expert for trail riding. In fact, that's how Anastasia and I know each other, was from that group. That's how we got connected. And now
That
look
was
at her.
the best group ever.
Right? So I created a group and then I was in there not posting about real estate. We were posting about horses. And same idea here on Nextdoor. You can join Nextdoor and then you can be like, if somebody's like, hey, I need a handyman, you can be like, here's a list of 3 handymen. Or if somebody's like, I need a window cleaner or a house cleaner, right? You'll become the area expert, like commenting, sharing, being the area expert. And then you could also run ads. And when I used to run ads on Nextdoor, it was like $60 a month. It was like cheap to like be on there as the like area, the neighborhood real estate expert. If you have like a farm, you could be the neighborhood expert real estate agent for your farm. Kind of fun that way. And you can post ads on here as well because people actually use Nextdoor. But you can create your, say I'm like a neighborhood favorite. I don't even know, right? You can get reviews on Nextdoor. Right? Super fun in there. Your activity, you can post like market updates. So on that, you can go in there and post. You can also like grow your business for free by inviting customers to recommend you on Nextdoor. So super cool way to go in there. You can go in there and do posts. You don't have to run ads. You can just make posts. So Nextdoor, cool way, social, it's like social media for neighborhoods. What could be more specific than that? You can highlight other businesses. Okay, so Nextdoor. So we have Nextdoor, Yelp, Google Business, social media, whatever platform you use or multiple platforms. You could do, you also want to do Zillow, Realtor.com. I gave you like 6 things to do to make sure that you're increasing your social presence. The other thing that you can do is take like the top agents in the area and search their names and see where they're coming up. There might be something that we're missing that you want to make sure you're on there. I show up on the Realty One Group website. So make sure your information's updated and up to date on the Realty One Group and that your website's all set up and showing up. Oh, LinkedIn. See, I've got a profile on LinkedIn. Let's see, Twitter. I also have a Twitter account. Right. So there's all sorts of things. That's kind of the end of where I'm showing up. But if you searched other top agents in the area, then that would be a good way to see where you also need a profile. Questions, thoughts, comments?
Hey, great
Okay, if
information.
you're like, oh, good,
Yeah, really good.
I have a
Good. If
question,
you
Amy.
yep.
How do you feel about Facebook and social media presence?
I think it's important. I think having a social media on whatever social media you're regularly active on, I would absolutely have a business preference or business presence on that platform. So if you're like, well, I don't really use Facebook, but I use Instagram, then definitely have one on Instagram because you're wanting to let your friends, family, people that are connected to those people know that you're an agent and that you're an expert in the area and that you can help. So you want to be posting content. I personally like Facebook for business. I would not have a Facebook account if I did not use it for business, but I use it primarily for business. Although you're gonna be like, Amy, I go to your personal page. You got stuff posted there all the time. You're right, because I'm trying to create a presence on social media so that you see my business posts. But I like Facebook because it's got the groups and such. And so I think it's a really easy way. I use social media for lead generation. And the groups is a really easy way. Like I said, I've got, you know, you can create groups or find groups of people that have similar interests to you. They don't have to be housing related interests. They should not be. It should be like, I like old cars. I like horses. I like living natural or homesteading, or I like using chemicals, like whatever it might be. There's a group on there, like other moms or, you know, whatever. There's groups on there and you can connect with those people and build relationship and rapport with them, and then eventually turn them into clients. I can't tell you how many clients I've gained from being on social media. So I think it's important. I use that as one of my primary lead generation sources. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to. Yours might be something else. And if you're not going to post and create a presence on social media, then I would not create an account on there. If it's just going to be an account and it's going to sit blank, I would just wait. I do think, as I mentioned when I was like highlighting the Facebook page, that if you're going to create a business profile on any of the social medias, that you should be at least willing to post 3 times a week. And that's all you have to do. Just 3 posts a week. If that's just to have a presence on there. So when people search for you, you show up and that you have some content and they can verify like, oh yeah, this agent I met in an open house last week, it's actually a legit agent. Like she's got content, she's got followers, you know, whatever that is. I think social media is important because people are searching there. Just like, you know, Zillow and Realtor.com may not be my favorite either, but people search there and they're going to look for you and they're going to see where you pop up when they start working with you as you're working with people you don't know. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Any other questions? Fabulous. We will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. We missed out on the seller presentation last week. So we're going to be talking about the seller presentation, where to go, how to create it. Any questions that you have about conducting a seller presentation will happen tomorrow at 9. And then on Thursday at 9, we will be covering something very magical. It has to do with forms. It will be on the SCO, the SMCO, and the BCO. So the counter offer series will be on Thursday, 9 a.m. on forms. So seller presentation tomorrow, the counter offer series on Thursday, and that'll finish up our week. I hope everybody has a fabulous day. If you scroll back up in the chat box, you'll see that attendance, where you can log your attendance and also make any suggestions for things you would like to see in our final 3 months of training for the year as I finish up that calendar. So make your recommendations now before you have to wait until next year to get me to cover what you would like to see. And at the end of this month, ooh, is that coming up? Abby, when is that? That's like next week, right? Our training? Or is it this week? When is our, let's see, hold on. Next week, Harness YouTube's Power. This is why I have an Abby. Harness YouTube's Power, Elevate Your Business Game with David Simcox. He's a Realty One agent out of like South Carolina. South Carolina, is that how you say it? It's on the 29th. So make sure that you register for that. If not, find it in the foxhole. There's a link to register for that. We're going to talk about how to utilize YouTube for lead generation and how to grow your business on there. It'll be fabulous. I'm trying to get for September a training on investing in real estate, how to set yourself up for real estate investing in September. So stay tuned to that. Anybody else need anything before we wrap up besides Anastasia, who's going to stay on?
Thank you.
Fabulous.
Thank you, Amy.
All right, have a great day. Tracy, do you need something?
No, I just said thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. Have a fabulous day, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. to talk about the seller presentation.